and welcome to Team Fortress TV. You're with me, CommanderX, Sideshow's joining me to co-cast, and cameraman Jon on the stream as always. If you're just joining us, you're here to watch GG Well Played versus Rocket in the ETF2L Week 2 fixture. It's going to be Badlands and Gullywash on this map. Looks like we're going to start with Badlands right now. Sideshow, give me... I don't think we have long before they start, so let's just go straight into predictions.
Predictions, right. Well, I've been looking at the logs of the games, and it seems like GG Well Played coming out on top. But I don't know. I'm feeling it for Rocket on Badlands. So I'm going to say 5-3 on Badlands to Rocket, and I'm going to go with a bit of a roll, something like 4-0. I don't think they'll quite make it to the win limit, but 4-1, 4-1. We'll go with 4-1 on Gullywash.
Okay. That's in favour of Rocket?
That's in favour of GG Well Played on Gullywash.
Okay, and Rocket on Badlands.
Yeah, that's how I reckon it's going to go down.
Yeah, I think I have to agree mainly, as I think my game does its best not to break. Yeah, so I think I'm going to have to agree with you there. I think Cookie and Samsy are going to be way too strong for... I think it's Rico and Atomic even. Atomic was having some internet problems today. I say internet problems, his electricity keeps cutting out. So, a kind of internet, the extremist of internet problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't really solve that by turning it off and back on again, though, can you?
Well, it's already doing that. So, if anything, turning itself off and on again is the problem. So, be warned. Pauses may be imminent if Atomic's third world electricity cuts out. Looks like they're going to go live straight away, so let's get involved in this. It's going to be Rocket on the blue team and GG Well Played on the red team. This is Rocket's first game of the season. It's going to be interesting to see how they start it off. Sideshow, why don't you take us through this first middle?
I will do. We see War going from the balcony, getting some early stickies down, where GDK is nowhere to be seen, but he eventually comes out of house. We seem like we've got Shadowburn waiting for a huge bomb. I'm waiting for a big play. Shadow goes in. He's on the demo man at the moment, but gets quickly taken out by Sam. Seems like Cookie and Sam are going huge on this middle, absolutely picking up tons of frags. Sam picking up 3 and Cookie picking up another one. They're just going to be chasing out Weiglo at the moment, who's on Grey Bridge. Oh, a huge bomb from War, but he doesn't manage to catch them. Yeah,
I don't know how Weiglo managed to get out of that one. He was on 35 HP at one point in house and a scout on him, but Atomic just about delayed him enough, kept his medic safe. And even though Rocket are going to pick up Spire for free, they will have an Uber the Uber at last. From what I've seen of Rocket's pushes to last, sort of in general in PCWs, they've been not very clinical, really. I guess that really comes with a new team. You don't really have, a feel for how each other wants to play last. You don't have as many set strategies. And it looks like we're just going to see sort of a big stalemate, really. Atomic on the heavy on the top right-hand side with his medic Weiglo. And Hox is actually going to get picked. So I imagine they're just going to wait for Hox. I can't imagine Hox is going to off-class. I think it was an accidental death.
Yeah, it looks like Forsaken really wants to push with this Uber, but GDK is setting up some stickies again, and it looks like they're not really going to be able to push with that Hox pick, especially since they've got the heavy up.
Yeah, I think it was an accidental death from Hox because he has just come back on Soldier, so he's just going to delay in this last push.
Yeah, you can see that GDK's got those forward stickies up just as they're pushing through the top there. They're really quite aggressive sticky trap, which is, it's liable to catch a pocket off as he walks through the top there. I doubt he's going to die to it twice. I assume that was the one that killed him the first time. I didn't really see it.
They're popping early. Yeah, War's going to take it in, going to get the counter pop off. Forsaken looks like he wants someone to Uber to chase him with. He's got about half an Uber to work with. He's trying to come out. He's going to try and find a scout. He's not got a lot. Weiglo's going to have to leave him now because he's out of Uber. Forsaken's going to try and get a pick main. But if anything, Forsaken's going to get picked main instead. Roller's on him. He's got the equalizer out. Surely he's going to go down. Down he goes. And I imagine Rocket want to try and get into last with this player advantage.
Yeah, Cookie's very weak at the moment, but I imagine they'll get buffed up and try and push in. They come through the top left from the defender's perspective.
Yeah, Samsy.
Samsy's just balls deeping it in.
And Hox has taken taken the point from main right there.
Really
noticed this a bit from GDK on Badlands last. Like, he really doesn't have last stickied as thoroughly as he should be.
Yeah,
he has those forward stickies, and I noticed as well when he has the other 4 stickies on the point, but he just kind of casually puts them all in the same spot. He doesn't really spread them out. Keep an eye out for Nat, because Nat could cost him, as we see Rocket take their first round in Prem, and their first round in their first ever official. And now we're going to the next mid, and it looks like GGWP trying to get aggressive with Shadowburn, but Forsaken follows it in and takes Samsy down straight away, but Cookie's got it. It's causing havoc behind before Rico can take him down. But now the GGWP scouts want to come across, but they've got to deal with this soldier aggression. War's going to get a pipe kill. And now a soldier's coming up. He's going to try and chase Whiteglow out. Whiteglow's only on 9 HP. He gets the denial arrow. Whiteglow's going to somehow survive again thanks to that saving arrow. Whiteglow refusing to die on these middles.
Seemed like a very odd mid from Rocket there. Their combo was so slow to come out of house. I assumed they were delayed by something, but I didn't see what it was. And their flank had pushed aggressively up shithouse, and well, Cookie got the pick on the demo man early, but that was all they really managed to do, and they seemed to just bait the aggression out and deal with it.
Yeah, well, Cookie going aggressive there really saved it, because it meant that GG played like GDK and the scouts had to stop and shoot Cookie instead of following up on Forsaken's bomb, because Forsaken got some pretty nice damage off. And now it's Equilubers once again. They're going to try and go through choke, but GDK denies Hox as he tries to go in. Hox goes down to 100 HP but won't go down. 50 HP now. GDK's trying to snipe him, but Cookie's there to cover him. And I wonder if we're just going to see the same thing again, just going to rebuff up one of the soldiers and send them round for a suicide. Rocket don't look like they want to be that aggressive.
I can see something like a soldier going around whilst Cookie just double jumps straight through the choke, something like that. Tries to put a lot of pressure on GDK. He doesn't seem to have it stickied off very well.
Here goes QNX, air shot, gets land. Whiteglow's taken not a lot of damage so far. Whiteglow goes down to 6 HP. Whiteglow's got to hold the Uber back off to trash. He's on 10 HP.
The balls of Whiteglow.
It looked like he was safe, and then he got like QNX connected these last two rockets.
Yeah.
Whiteglow really kind of lucky, but kind of, yeah.
Well, there were some really nice rockets from QNX when he was just about to die, and he hit two almost directs. I think the last one was, and it just caught Whiteglow on his feet.
Yeah,
Whiteglow.
Here comes for Uber right now. Uber's going to be traded. Forsaken leads it out of choke. Shadowburn's got pretty weak on this Uber, and Hox and Samsy going to try to pick him off. Forsaken's now going deep behind him, going to try and bait him back. He needs his team to push forward right now. Forsaken's basically dead right now on 40 HP in Valley, and his team's just not following him there.
Forsaken not getting anything done with that because the rest of his team didn't work off the distraction that he'd made. They were all looking and they had Chuck completely open, but they never pushed in.
Forsaken types in chat, what the fuck was that? Forsaken obviously feels the same way about that latest Uber attack. So now Rocket are going to get Spire for free. Equilubers, and we're in a kind of similar situation as we were before. Last time we just saw a sort of, standard Uber exchange followed by a good repush with, I think it was Sam and War top right. So I won't be surprised if they see a similar thing again right now.
Yeah.
Both teams just building Uber.
I'm looking at what you said about GDK stickies on the point, and
it's right every time.
It really
in that
is.
Exact spot. That exact spot every time.
If I was playing against him here, I would be loving to do a double jump through main with the pain train and try and just edge on the point.
Just both scouts bottom right, like.
Yeah, and
you can just stand wherever the stickies are and get a lot of cap time, or a spy or something.
And as soon as you put pressure on him like they did before, he seems to det his stickies and try and use them to defend himself.
Well, he has the aggressive stickies, so he dets no stickies. So
Yeah.
you're free trying to get an aggressive pick.
Yeah, and then
here
they're
comes
gone.
the Uber. Yeah, Forsaken's
And
going to
only
get picked
3 on
off.
the point.
Wow. Samsy and War with some big focus fire right now to take down Forsaken before Whiteglow can even react. And now we're going to imagine to see a repush again. They're trying to go top right, but GDK doing good suppressing fight. But they're going to keep trying to go, I think. The soldier wants to come in now. Hox is awfully weak. GDK goes down, but the point will be open. Hox making a huge distraction with the rest of his team right now. Scout on the point, no one can react in time. And again, just, Equilubers, they kind of they got lucky with the pick. Whiteglow couldn't save Forsaken in time, and then just for repush. And GGWP can't deal with the repush.
I feel like it is, now that you've mentioned it, it does seem to be quite a lot of GDK's responsibility is severely lacking when he's looking after that point.
Yeah, like Hox really didn't die very quickly considering he walked in on not a lot of health really. And now we're going to another middle right now. Shadowburn's going straight aggressive trying to get pressure on War. War gets really weak but QNX cleans up Shadowburn before he can pick War. War's going to get the health back and come forward. And now here come all the Rocket players. QNX and Cookie combine. Hox got a frag as well, and Rocket are going to want to push this advantage home.
Yeah, they're going to want to be pushing all the way back. The GG World players are all the way back in their lobby with one scout watching Risa, and they're just going to have to scurry their way back to last.
Yeah, I mean, Rico's going to fire some pistols at Spire, but that's very optimistic. They're just going to have to... I wonder if they're going to try and forward hold. It looks like one player's on resupply, but they're just all going to get the back spawn set up on last once again. And we're in this familiar situation. GDK's on really low health, might get caught out, but there's no one close enough to spam him. So I imagine we're just going to see an Uber exchange and a repush once again from Rocket. It's worked twice so far, so why not?
Yeah, you don't change something unless it's broken, and at the moment they've got a 100% win record on pushing last.
Here we go, War and Samsy once again. They're going to get the counter Uber off a little bit slower that time. They're not going to get anything. Cookie actually dies to the heavy.
I think Cookie was trying to rush the point there.
Yeah, okay.
Slightly optimistic, but...
Yeah. GDK currently has one sticky on the point, a GDK sticky watch. It is right in the middle though, so it is in the optimal position. He's now doubled that to 2. So that's now twice as secure as it was.
It seems like they're not going to try and do anything after they got the... Oh, Cookie just suiciding him for the sniper play now. He's come back as sniper. I've lost him at the moment, but he's in main and he's going to try and get a pick with this.
GDK's gone up to 3 stickies on point. But War's knocked one of them off, so it's back down to 2.
This would just be a free cap if you sent a soldier through main.
I'm kind of taking the mick a bit, but it is really, really vulnerable. Like, Badlands last cap so quickly. Like, if this was like, you know, you get like password security things, like it tells you if the password's strong or weak.
Yeah.
Like, this password wouldn't even be accepted. You'd have to go type some more numbers and an exclamation mark at the end of your password to get this one secured.
Looks like Cookie's trying to get the pick on the pocket or the heavy, but they don't. They just go in without the pick.
Yeah, Sam's going to be flashed out and come out main. He's going to get juggled quite a bit though. He will get out. I think they're just trying to bait maybe people into Cookie's sightline so he can get a pick there. But it's just going to be reset right now. Admiral actually has a 10% advantage thanks to the earlier pop. I don't know if that's what they were playing for.
I don't think they'll know that they have the advantage, and they still have Cookie on sniper, so I can imagine them just using the heals and trying to get another pick with this.
They're just trying to push in. Samsy tries to come in bottom right. He's going to get picked up. They can't come in top either, and GGWP doing a much better job of holding the doors right now. And Cookie's still on sniper. I think he's still down main. He's just waiting, but no one's dropping. GDK with his standard 4 stickies in the same location.
I feel like Cookie's going to have to play a bit more aggressive like he is now. Toxic, maybe getting a sight line at upper lobby, something like that.
But he's not protected. Forsaken's just walked down and killed him. Like, with no one even shot at Forsaken while he went on the...
Nobody on stairs got him. That's really bad play from Rocket.
When the sniper's playing that far forward as well, like he's recover even more. Now Forsaken's trying to get aggressive, but there are 5 stickies above the door. War's going to debt him, get a free pick, and that's going to cancel any aggression. And I think Rocket might want to just go here with... they've got the respawn advantage. They're going to force onto the heavy and back it out. Scout's going to try and go for the point, but again he's just getting mowed down by that heavy. But not really going to get much cap time at all, and I imagine we're going to try and go for the repush, 5v5 with a respawner. Scout's in, doing a lot of work on that heavy. Cookie on 1 HP will go down, but GDK is picked on the flank once again. And now it's up to Forsaken, really, with the only player with a lot of health to hold this.
War misses his 4. He pushed in main and he managed to get enough heals to batter through main, but then he shot 4 pipes at the heavy instead of using his stickies.
Yeah. Hogs goes for a point, but again, no cap time. GGWP really stepping up this point defense right now, not letting anyone in. Now a soldier's trying to get aggressive on War. He's going to get both the demo and the medic. Forsaken going big right now. He will go down. GDK's trying to get aggressive, but he gets picked up as well. And just when it looked really good, it's now at pressure on last. Atomic's still on heavy, and that's going to make it difficult. But they're harassing him from a lot of different angles, but they are eventually going to get the picks. 1 scout left behind the point. Rico's going to claim his 2nd frag in a row, and that's both scouts. Surely they can push out now once the spawns come in.
As long as they switch Atomic back to scout, they should be able to push out with this Uber advantage.
Yeah, there we go. GG well played. Not really had any opportunity other than the mids to get aggressive so far. We know they like going forward, so here's their chance. QNX is hiding on resupply. Rico, Atomic actually already trying to get on point pretty early. They've not got the support from the heavies here. The scouts have to be careful. Rico's down to 29 HP already, and I don't know where the heavies are. They're fighting on resupply. They're going to have to pop out. They do get the QNX frag, but there's a lot of damage right now. Samsy's going to dome GDK as well, and I think the soldier's gone behind to last right now. Hox is behind where all the cap has started on Spire.
He's gone bottom right.
Yeah, he's getting
on top. He's on the last.
He's damaging Shadowbone. Shadowbone's on 65 HP, but Shadowbone will claim it. White Glow went back main. Does that mean the heals are off Spire? Yeah, and Spire's been cleaned up. The Hox distraction was enough.
And they've got a huge Uber advantage for pushing last now, and the sniper.
Yeah, I imagine we're just going to throw people at point. GDK still doesn't have stickies on that point. He's putting forward stickies as well. Maybe a wise choice, actually, with the coming in. Samsy's actually, with Samsy on sniper, he's going to give a body shot onto White Glow. There he goes, and now this Uber's going to be a free Uber. No heals for GG, well played. They're getting the damage. GDK's trying to stick either point. They trade 1 for 1, not too bad, but Forsaken's going to go down as well. Here come the rest of them. It's up to Rico and GDK right now. Rico's doing some nice work. GDK putting the damage down as well. Rico will probably get the sniper, but the soldier's already on the point, and Rocket are going to claim another round.
Yeah, they really lost that with a failed push out onto Spire. They got stuck in resup for too long.
Yeah, it's just not synced up between, like, as a scout, you'd really need to wait for the heavies to make the space before you commit to the fight, or you risk, like, Rico was on 29 HP by the time his combo had Ubered and started pushing him back. And he just
looks like a value rollout here from GG, well played. They've got Shadowburn about to jump around and make some space, but Rocket are playing very passively in their house. And War's getting mad damage coming out from Choke. They just destroyed the aggression there. They played so passively, they knew what was going to happen, and they just destroyed them as soon as they landed. Had War playing all the way back in Choke, just spamming stickies onto those soldiers as soon as they launched.
Yeah, like Forsaken and Shadowburn landed like right in house, like both landed right, like inside the front door, like kind of perfectly time jumped. But Hox he just backed off. Like Admirable wasn't there, Hox wasn't there, so they landed there, like pre-fired the rockets, expecting them to be there, and just kind of wasted their ammo.
Yeah, it was a terrible decision from the GG well played soldiers to really land all the way in house and try and go for the medic rather than landing one on train and one in choke, one to pressure the demo man and one to get some more spam onto them.
Yeah,
but instead they tried to go for the med pick and got wiped in the process.
And that means Admirable does have that full Uber advantage, and here he comes, War leading the charge, Hox is coming behind him. War gets Rico pretty quickly, they're now going to mow down this heavy, Hox is going to take that one. The soldier comes onto him, but Hox should be able to clean this up as well. There we go, all the frags go in Rocket's way right now, and they're currently 4-0 up. We thought they were going to be dominant, but this is a little bit more dominant than I thought they were going to be. I thought there would be a bit more fight from GG well played.
Apart from the one good play by Forsaken on last, where he managed to pick Admirable and then insta get pushed out, we really haven't seen anything from GG well played.
Yeah, currently all the Rocket players are out fragging all the GG well played players. We're going on to another middle right now. Looks like they want to come from Valley again. Looks like Shadowburn's going slope right now, but he's encountered a scout. Forsaken and GDK going to try and walk through, but they're taking too long. They just hesitate. Shadowburn's got behind, actually, he's going to isolate Admirable. Now they're going to try and pounce, but a soldier's getting on top of Whiteglow. GDK's trying to force his way through. They're all still stuck at Shithouse right now. Forsaken's going to trade with Cookie. Atomic might be able to clean this up. Atomic and Rico doing work right now. Just for one soldier left. Atomic should be able to finish him here. Hox is on 15 HP. Hox gets one. Whiteglow surely should be able to arrow him down. Whiteglow versus Hox. Hox has no HP left. And Whiteglow's just going to have to fall back with his 84% charge. But they should be able to re-push this.
Yeah, probably a wise move by Whiteglow because they've got the much better spawns, Rocket.
It was a really odd mid. Like, they just kind of stayed at Shithouse and it kind of worked. Like, they kind of just kept baiting the Rocket players into them.
Yeah, I think the only reason it worked though was because Shadowburn managed to get behind and pick their medic, so it forced the aggression out of Rocket. I think Rocket had far superior position, and if they'd kept their med up and got the heals, they would have been able to take that mid very easily, but Shadowburn just getting behind there won the middle for them.
Yeah, and here comes the Uber. The Uber's pops really early and they can't get any frags. They get Hox weak, and that's all they get. And now Admirable has found himself with 40%, 50% Uber advantage without really having to do a lot for it. So now there's a soldier behind, QNX will go down. Whiteglow's pretty weak, he's actually going to crater thanks to some spam from War. And this is going to cue the aggression from GG well played. The scouts threatening from Choke. GDK's coming in as well. GDK gets one, gets the medic really. Here come the scouts to follow him up. Hox still has plenty of health, but Admirable's gone down. Great aggression from GG well played there, and that's more like it.
Yeah, War far overextending as he went in through Choke, and he was completely isolated and got picked down. I think he just got a little bit too what's the word?
Medic, like
eager.
Bloodthirsty. Medic,
yeah, a bit too eager and bloodthirsty with the Uber advantage, but they didn't actually have it.
GDK with a denial air shot onto Hox right there, going to clean him up with a roller. And that should probably put an end to Rocket's push as the rest of the GG well played players arrive. What I have noticed though, like you saw then, like their medic died and they just went aggressive, like instant snap decision. You know, the other team's still close, we still have health, let's go.
Yeah.
We saw how well they did, like just coming in from different angles, absolutely crushing the Rocket team, catching them out of position too far forward. I don't understand why they can't just do that in more even situations, you know, why it takes Whiteglow to die.
Oh, goodness me!
Where were the stickies?
I have no idea, they must have been hidden in the pipe or on the ceiling or something.
You know,
I
a
didn't
little
see
glitch
them.
in the door, top right, you know, where you can hide them in the
Possibly
corner,
something
imagine.
like that.
Yeah.
Oh no, actually that got taken out in the most recent update of Badlands, didn't it?
Okay,
but,
yeah, maybe not. I don't know.
I think they were hidden in the ceiling and that was a 3k, which absolutely saved them there, because they had a crits charged and they were ready to go. They had the heavy all ready to back them up as well, and War just absolutely clutching it.
Wow. just when it's starting to look good for them, they just throw it away. Like, not even throw it away, just get it stolen away. White Glow is still on the crit streak, but Admiro has a full Uber charge, and Forsaken's on heavy doing some denial work. He's going to force the Uber off. Now he's going to try and run away under bridge, but he's getting focused down by a soldier. But GG World Play Team is trying to scatter, but yeah, Shadowburn and Forsaken both go down, so it's up to GDK kind of solo to do the crits work right now. They're going to try and put it on GDK's point of view, see what he's going to do, because he's almost fully charged. There we go. He's waiting for it. He's trying to spam the soldier down, but he's getting a lot of pressure. He goes under 10 HP as he gets crits. His first sticky hits the door. This is catastrophic from GDK. He tries to fire a salvage sticky, but then Cookie just walks in the front door. Absolutely just horrendously unlucky on all counts. Like, that sticky hitting the wall just ruined that entire crits push, and then GDK was on 10 HP as soon as he got crits. It was just, and now they're all flooding into last. Only 2 players are left against the 3 of Rocket, and they do have heals and an Uber. And it looks like they might just want to wait for the Uber and spawn to Rocket going to be more careful, not just going to throw all their bodies in there. Yeah.
Something that I've noticed that's quite interesting about GG World Players' defense is that they love running this heavy, but they really never like running a Pyro. You often see Pyros being run against the Uber as it comes in top left, and they're just doing the Demo Scout Uber again, but this time with Uber advantage. They get the pick on the heavy, and War's doing incredible damage onto the soldier as well, and GDK can't stop the cap.
There we go, 5-0.
And that was a smash.
Yeah.
That wasn't even close.
There was what, like there's that one play from Forsaken coming out of last, and then there was that when White Glow got picked on middle and they all went forward aggressively. Like, we're talking... How long was that? 20 minutes and 2 good moments?
Yeah, pretty much.
Like, I don't know, that's really not what you want. When you're, in your second official. Like, obviously they played Epsilon in their first one, so, losing to Epsilon isn't really gonna hurt your season, Yeah. Like, it's not gonna ruin your chances. But losing this map pretty convincing, that's 3-0. And now they're going into Gully Wash. And I don't know how it's going to go. Like, when they played Gully Wash against Epsilon, and they looked really bad. Like, on Granary, they kind of played some TF2 against them, took a couple of rounds, where on Gully Wash, they did that, when they, GG played in that shithouse push, and they just kind of hovered around shithouse.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what they did on Gully Wash. They just kind of hovered around choke, and GDK was just really up for, just leaving. Like, really wouldn't kind of stand and fight or do damage. And just kind of left a lot of these players out, hung them out to dry.
I really didn't like the middles from GG Well Played. The ones that we saw, they were very passive and getting distracted by the flank of Rocket all the time. So we never saw any initiation of aggression from GG Well Played, even when they were in very aggressive situations, like at the enemy shithouse, and where you have to go through and jump, otherwise you're in a terrible position.
It's an aggressive middle. You're playing that middle to be aggressive. You don't go in that direction unless you want to be aggressive. You don't do it to hold there.
And the one time where they did go aggressive, they also got destroyed. The time where they sent both soldiers into a house and the Rocket mopped up the aggression. They seem to really suck up Badlands middles.
Yeah, if they're just maybe overcomplicating it or something, like we're trying to sync up both soldiers straight into get the timing right on the medical soldier probably coming out. Like, sometimes just going aggressive. Like, both of these teams, Rocket are a new team, you don't need, heavily refined strategies, really, to match them, to compete with them, because they're not going to have heavily refined strategies either, this early on into their new team. You can just take the fight to him, because I think all the players are more than capable. Like, maybe Samsy and Cookie are the better DMers, but other than that, it's pretty even, really, across the rest of the classes. Maybe War just puts out more damage than GDK, but I would also say Shadowburn and Forsaken better than Hox and QNX.
I would rate QNX higher than I would Shadowburn, but Hox definitely. I would say that Forsaken has the advantage there. Have you got the log up though?
I have the log up.
Have you got the log
up?
up?
The deeps.
Exactly. Yes, that's what I wanted to comment on. 10k damage from War, which
20 minutes.
Yeah, exactly. 20 minutes. So that works out as 528 damage per minute. The next person on the scoreboard was Forsaken with 300 damage per minute, and GDK putting out a measly 270.
Yeah. I think a couple of other things to point out, Shadowburn drops, reasonable down, what you'd expect from a roamer, but only went 5 for 14, which just sounds like he's kind of playing his own game, he's not got the team support. we saw it a couple of times where soldiers would try something. Like Shadowburn likes to try things and play aggressive. Forsaken did it did that once on middle with Uber, and there was just like no backup from his team really. Like you look at like GDK's damage, like if you look at their total damage, War did 10,066, GDK did 5,131. That's not far off double.
Yeah,
that's really not far off. That's 100 damage away from double.
Yeah.
Especially on like Badlands middle, the demo's early damage kind of dictates which way the fight's going to go.
Yeah, and I mean you can't read that much into the stats because it was a roll, but one of the things that I've just been looking through it and I found was GDK on 17% heals there, which is less than Atomic got on 27%. The only reason I can think for Atomic getting so many heals is because he was backing out with Right Glow after every failed middle and building the rest of the Uber.
The Scouts both played quite, like Rico and Atomic both played quite defensive as well. Like I kind of expect that from Rico because he does kind of, I don't want to say bait out his team, but he likes to play the more clean-up role, like I guess the role Samsy plays most traditionally, that kind of letting the heavies do the damage and cleaning it up.
Yeah.
But if GDK's not putting out the damage, Rico has nothing to clean up, and if Atomic's not making a distraction, and Atomic's just standing next to Rico, they're just standing there not achieving anything. Like QNX wasn't bombing for White. I think he bombed straight for White Glow one map, like once. But other than that, he was playing a lot more like fighting the other classes kind of role.
Yeah, I'd like to see much more aggression from the GG well played, team in general, but especially the scouts and mainly their scouts, because Cookie and Samsy are just running through choke points and wrecking people and causing so much distraction, and Rico and Atomic are just doing nothing of the sort.
I don't think it's like a problem if they want to play a defensive game, like if they don't want to play, the kind of stereotypical Russian style of balls to the wall, in your face action, but I think the team just have to do the same thing. You can't have your soldiers playing an aggressive game and everyone else in your team playing a defensive game because you're just making it easy for the other team. And, Rockit may not be the most established team, but all their players are capable DM-wise, and if you're just gifting them these, easy opportunities, like you want Cookie and Samsy and War to focus down two solo aggressive soldiers with nothing else to worry about, it's going to be easy for them.
Yeah.
Like we saw one time Shadowburn went really aggressive, and it was a perfect opportunity. Like Shadowburn and Forsaken just went like standard sort of house rollout and both went aggressive at the same time, pinned them back. But then Cookie ran through shithouse and distracted the rest of the team from going forwards. Whereas you never get anything like that from the GG well played scouts. You don't get that follow up, that distraction, that something else for the team to worry about.
They seem to simply try to be playing a clean-up role, and you can't clean up on no damage. And you also need the scouts to be doing something like that. You need somebody on your team at least to be doing something like that, some kind of distraction role, and it just wasn't happening for them on Badlands.
Yeah, like Shadowburn's good, and Forsaken are good, but not good enough to take on an entire, like a team of with this much capability by themselves.
Yeah. I think another thing to Rocket's credit is that they managed to take GDK completely out of the game. I mean, you can see from the damage numbers, he's not a bad demo man. That's not a reflection of how little he was able to achieve, I think. I think that was a reflection of how much he was pressured and how many times he died. You can see that he had 13 deaths, compared to War he has 5, so...
I want to give props we're criticising GG well played a lot, but White Glow, 5 deaths in a 5-0 roll in 20 minutes is pretty good. That's pretty sick, considering,